Going on to number 5 now. This is a question that we refer to as linear with heavy unit conversions. The idea here is that in general, you should lean toward using chemistry style unit conversions so that on this and other hard level questions, you can be well prepared. A lot of times when you're converting units, you can just multiply by 60 or divide by 100, something you've been doing your whole life. But there are harder questions where you really need to know how to apply a unit conversion method. And we think this is one. So if you just always do your conversions the same way, you'll be in a better position. So let's start by leaving a little space, and you'll see why we're doing this in a second. So for some of these items, we know the units, and for some we don't. For instance, we know that 3,934 is the total number of trees. Another thing is for all of these, we want to realize that all of these numbers are really themselves over 1. Any number is itself over 1. So we have 3,934 trees. We have 2 as the number of hectares. And we have X as what we're being asked about, so we'll leave that for later. 35 is also the number of hectares. Now, the 2 was said to be the number of hectares for the park. So all of this pertains more to the park, whereas the 35 is for the residential area. So now we'll leave some open parentheses here to signify the unknown unit on the X and on the Y. Now, we have hectares here and here, but in the end, we end up with trees. So what do we need to multiply hectares by in terms of unit conversions to get trees? And the answer is really an easy one. The answer is trees per hectare, and I'll show you why. So I'll put trees per hectare here, trees per hectare there. And what happens is hectare cancels with hectare. Hectare cancels with hectare, leaving you with what unit? Trees, which is what we really needed. So we set things up so that they'll cancel in a way that gives us the unit we want. And we decided what unit has to go in the empty space in order to make that happen. Now that we set it up and we understand it, we can answer their question. What is the unit that goes along with the X? X is the number of trees per hectare for every 1 hectare as it pertains to the park. And which answer says that? A, the average number of trees per hectare in the park.